What's happening, Shady Spotlight fam? Get ready to dive headfirst into the week's most electrifying updates because the news cycle is moving at warp speed, and we've got the inside track on everything you need to know. We're talking about the stories that are shaping the conversation, sparking debates, and dominating headlines. From the heart of the film festival circuit to the deepest dives into music history, we're breaking down the moments that matter. You don't want to miss this. It's your essential briefing on what's hot, what's next, and what's making waves. Let's jump right in. First up, we're heading to Telluride for a deep dive into the buzz surrounding a new biopic that's got Hollywood talking. This film is putting two of its biggest stars squarely in the Oscar spotlight, and it's all thanks to their powerful portrayals of a legendary musician. We're talking about incredible performances that are already generating Oscar buzz, exploring the raw, unfiltered side of a music icon. Get ready for the breakdown of a film that's making serious waves and could be a major player this awards season. Then, we're rewinding the tape to explore the very foundations of a musical phenomenon. What was the spark that ignited a global superstar? We're going back to the roots, dissecting the anthem that defined a generation and the artist's own connection to his formative years. This isn't just about a song. It's about the soul of an era and the raw energy that propelled an artist from small-town dreams to worldwide acclaim. Prepare for a journey into the heart of rock and roll history. Next, we're pulling back the curtain on the creative process behind that same iconic film. Get ready for an exclusive Q&A with the director and stars, where they reveal the intimate details of bringing a complex musical legend story to the screen. We're talking about the challenges, the inspirations, and the deep personal connections that fueled this project. This is your chance to hear directly from the source about the making of a film that dares to go beyond the spotlight and into the artist's inner world. And finally, we're catching up on a story that's already a meme sensation. One of the film's stars delivered a performance so memorable, it broke the internet. But what happened when the cameras stopped rolling? We're uncovering the behind-the-scenes drama, the creative decisions, and the fate of a monologue that became an instant viral hit. You won't believe what almost made it to the final cut. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and let's get into it. Telluride buzz, Oscar contenders emerge. This year's Telluride Film Festival is abuzz with talk of Oscar contention, and at the center of the storm is the highly anticipated biopic, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Directed by Scott Cooper, the film delves into a pivotal, yet darker, period of Bruce Springsteen's life, focusing on the creation of his seminal album, Nebraska. Unlike previous rock biopics that often serve as jukebox musicals, this film promises a more introspective and emotionally resonant exploration of the artist. The movie stars Jeremy Allen White, known for his acclaimed role in The Bear, as Bruce Springsteen, and Jeremy Strong, an Emmy winner for Succession, as Springsteen's longtime manager and mentor, John Landau. The film premiered at the Telluride Film Festival's Werner Herzog Theater with Springsteen himself in attendance, adding an extra layer of anticipation and authenticity to the event. Cooper adapted the screenplay from Warren Zane's book, Deliver Me From Nowhere, the making of Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska, which meticulously details the period leading up to the album's release. What sets Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere apart is its unflinching look at Springsteen's struggles with depression and mental illness, issues that had affected his family, particularly his father. The film portrays Springsteen in the early 80s, grappling with the immense pressure of impending superstardom, his financial anxieties, and the emotional fallout from past relationships. It highlights his growing isolation, his immersion in dark literature and film, and his decision to record Demos on audio cassettes in his bedroom. This pared-down, acoustic approach to songwriting was a stark departure from his previous work and met with resistance from his record label, who were accustomed to his more polished, rock anthem sound. White's performance as Springsteen is already drawing significant praise for capturing the artist's soulfulness and swagger, while also handling his own singing duties. Strong delivers a transformative performance as John Landau, portrayed as a crucial guiding force and confidant during Springsteen's most vulnerable period. Odessa Young also stars as Faye Romano, a significant figure in Springsteen's life during this time. The film reportedly focuses heavily on the complex relationship between Springsteen and Landau, exploring how Landau's belief in Springsteen's artistic vision, stemming from a critical review in 1974, helped shape his career. While the film's detailed accuracy is appreciated by those deeply familiar with Springsteen's career, there's a question of how it will resonate with more casual fans who might expect a broader overview of his celebrated hits. However, the strength of the central performances and Cooper's direction suggest that Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, is poised to be a major contender in the upcoming awards season, with White and Strong both being cited as strong possibilities for Oscar nominations. But before we dive deeper into the Oscar race, let's rewind and explore the very song that defined a young Bruce Springsteen. And next, we'll get an inside look at the making of this acclaimed film with the director and stars themselves. Born to Run, the anthem of youth. From the unassuming streets of Long Branch, New Jersey, Bruce Springsteen harbored dreams far beyond the quiet domesticity and structured education of his youth. His early life was marked by a subtle rebellion challenging authority figures and often finding himself an outsider at school. Yet, through it all, a guitar was his constant companion, serving as both his shield and his instrument of expression. In a remarkably short span, the quiet suburban landscape of his upbringing faded into a distant memory as Springsteen set his sights on a global stage, using rock and roll as his powerful voice. Ironically, it was the very essence of his hometown, Long Branch, that became the most potent catalyst in his ascent to superstardom. The song, Born to Run, encapsulates the quintessential coming-of-age narrative, serving as a fervent declaration of love to a muse and a shared vision of a grander adventure that transcended the limitations of their small town. The iconic lyrics, "Oh, baby, this town rips the bones from your back, it's a death trap. It's a suicide rap, we gotta get out while we're young, cause tramps like us, baby. We were born to run," echoed across countless stages worldwide in the ensuing years and decades. For Springsteen himself, the track held a profound personal significance, transporting him back to those formative streets and serving as the most definitive representation of his early years. In a 2009 interview with NPR, Springsteen himself articulated this sentiment, stating, "Immediately after Born to Run, I felt I'd sort of okay, that was the song of my youth." He further elaborated that this particular song, alongside his first two albums, represented the pinnacle of his early creative output. He felt that Born to Run was, in essence, the definitive song of his youth. This sentiment is not confined to Springsteen alone. By channeling his experiences as an relatable everyman, he brought the adolescent suburban experience to a global audience, offering a soundtrack for those yearning to break free from perceived limitations. His secret to superstardom wasn't rooted in elusive mystique, but in an unwavering authenticity. He cultivated his stardom by staying true to himself, offering a unique perspective that resonated deeply. While Born to Run, on its surface, tells a story of love and liberation, common themes in many rock anthems, Springsteen elevated it into something far more profound. He crafted a true elixir of hedonism and the exhilarating rush of invincibility, a rare feat in the music landscape. Though the song personally marks the zenith of his youth, it simultaneously unlocked a universe of possibilities for the rest of the world, a testament to the enduring mark of a true artist. This iconic song and its powerful backstory are central to a new film that's generating significant awards buzz. And that film's creation is a story in itself, with the director and stars revealing intimate details in an exclusive Q&A. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere Q&A, crafting a legend's darkest chapter. Scott Cooper's latest film, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, offers a stark departure from typical rock biopics, focusing instead on Bruce Springsteen's profound struggle with depression and alienation during the recording of his 1982 album, Nebraska. Premiering at the Telluride Film Festival, the movie, starring Jeremy Allen White as the boss and Jeremy Strong as his manager John Landau, delves into a period of intense personal turmoil for Springsteen, a time when he nearly succumbed to his inner demons. Cooper, who previously explored themes of alienation and the American dream in Out of the Furnace, saw a cinematic parallel between the characters in that film and the raw, introspective nature of Springsteen's Nebraska album. He explained that the album's themes of quiet despair and characters living on the margins resonated deeply, reflecting a broader commentary on America's soul. The film's genesis stemmed from Warren Zane's book, Deliver Me from Nowhere, the making of Bruce Springsteen's Nebraska, with Cooper emphasizing that he was drawn to the emotional honesty and intimacy of the story, rather than a cradle-to-grave biopic. Springsteen himself, notoriously private and selective about cinematic portrayals, actively participated in the film's creation. Cooper noted that Springsteen's directive was simple: just make a Scott Cooper film, don't let anyone off the hook, don't sand off the edges. This encouraged a candid and unflinching depiction of Springsteen's vulnerabilities, including his difficult relationship with his father, Doug, played by Stephen Graham, and his struggles with commitment and fame. Jeremy Allen White, who embodies Springsteen, discussed the immense pressure of portraying such an iconic figure. He highlighted Springsteen's own journey during this period as a pivotal choice to overcome his insecurities about being a partner and father. White focused on portraying Springsteen as a man fighting for a future family, a journey that began with seeking help and listening to Jon Landau's guidance. White also shared his process of finding Springsteen's voice, initially focusing on imitation, but ultimately realizing that embodying the soul of the character, rather than mimicking his sound, was key. This breakthrough occurred during recordings in Nashville, where Springsteen himself approved White's interpretation, stating, "You sound enough like me, but you're making the songs your own." Jeremy Strong, portraying Jon Landau, described Landau as the steady hand and bodyguard between Bruce and the world. He emphasized Landau's role in helping Springsteen define and contextualize his artistic vision. Strong drew parallels between Springsteen's drive and that of other great artists, noting that while pain can be a motivator, there's also an inherent aspiration towards transcendence. He recounted witnessing the deep bond between Springsteen and Landau, describing their pre-show ritual as indicative of their profound connection. The film doesn't shy away from the psychological impact of Springsteen's upbringing, particularly his strained relationship with his father. Cooper and Strong discuss the commonality of such father-son dynamics and how unresolved trauma can manifest. White related to this, drawing parallels to his own experiences and the universal fear of becoming an observer in one's own life, a feeling Springsteen described during a panic attack. The film also touches on the influence of figures like Charles Starkweather, whose perceived disconnection resonated with Springsteen's own feelings of alienation. Cooper shared a personal anecdote about his father's passing coinciding with the film's production and how Springsteen offered his home during the Palisades wildfires, showcasing his generosity. The film culminates in a poignant scene of reconciliation between father and son, a moment White found deeply moving and a reminder of the importance of connection and forgiveness. Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere, is not just a film about music. It's a profound exploration of healing, trauma, and the enduring power of art to mend a fractured soul. This deeply personal film has generated incredible performances, and one of those performances became an instant internet sensation. But what happened to that viral moment when the cameras stopped rolling? Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere monologue cut, a meme's demise. In the fast-paced world of filmmaking, not every standout moment makes the final cut, even if it becomes a viral sensation. Jeremy Strong's memorable monologue from the trailer of Springsteen, Deliver Me from Nowhere, has been notably omitted from the film's theatrical release, a decision made by director Scott Cooper. Strong portrays Jon Landau, Bruce Springsteen's longtime manager and confidant, in the biopic that explores Springsteen's, played by Jeremy Allen White, struggles with depression during the creation of the 1982 album Nebraska. The monologue in question, featured prominently in the trailer, presents Landau's perspective on Springsteen's creative process and personal journey. When Bruce was little, he had a hole in the floor of his bedroom. A floor that's supposed to be solid, he's supposed to be able to stand on. Bruce didn't have that, Strong narrates. He continues, Bruce is a repairman. What he's doing with this album is he's repairing that hole in his floor, repairing that hole in himself. Once he's done that, he's going to repair the entire world. While the speech aimed to encapsulate Landau's pivotal role as a mentor and supporter, it quickly became a subject of online discussion and amusement. Social media users found the prose to be somewhat over the top, leading to its appropriation in various meme formats. One popular comparison was to the Mary Jane defending Peter Parker template, highlighting the dramatic and somewhat theatrical delivery. Despite its meme-worthy status, an insider familiar with the film stated that the monologue felt unnecessary upon further examination of the final edit. Despite the monologue's removal, Strong's performance as Landau at the Telluride world premiere received positive reception. His portrayal was described as a soft-touch portrait, with concerned glances that resonated with audiences. Many attendees noted the film's revelatory insight into Landau's significant influence on Springsteen's career and historical impact. The film itself is being recognized for its candid approach to Springsteen's personal life, moving beyond the typical rock star narrative to explore deeper emotional landscapes. The decision to cut the monologue, while perhaps disappointing for fans who enjoyed its meme potential, underscores Cooper's commitment to maintaining the film's specific narrative focus and emotional tone. The film aims to capture the raw, often difficult, aspects of Springsteen's journey, and the removal of a potentially distracting element, however popular online, serves the overall artistic vision. The narrative arc of Springsteen repairing his own internal hole in the floor remains central, even if the specific words that became a meme are no longer present. That wraps up our deep dive into the week's top stories. But before you go, let's hit you with a lightning round recap of everything we covered. Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, is generating Oscar buzz with powerful performances from Jeremy Allen White and Jeremy Strong. The film explores a darker, more personal period of Bruce Springsteen's life and the making of his Nebraska album. We also revisited the iconic song, Born to Run, examining its deep personal significance for Springsteen and its impact on his career. Director Scott Cooper and stars Jeremy Allen White and Jeremy Strong shared exclusive insights into the film's creation, detailing the challenges and personal connections that shaped the project. Finally, we uncovered the behind-the-scenes story of a viral monologue from the film that, despite its meme-worthy status, was ultimately cut from the final release. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Shady Spotlight for more exclusive content, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, leave a comment below with your thoughts on these stories, and follow us on all our social media channels to stay connected. We'll see you in the next one.